have 2 children at home that are 7 and 9, and I gave up breastfeeding too fast, too quick. I gave up because of pain, and I was in too much pain when they latched on. And I believe one of the reasons is because of flatheads. So should I start out with the breast shield as soon as I start feeding the baby?
Shelf.
No.
And engorgement. And being engorged, I think it was harder to get my breasts ready for the baby.
Absolutely good point. That is the biggest thing, and that's what I was saying to you guys before, is that you go home, you get engorged, you're on your own. So you had a baby that was latching great onto this soft tissue that was kind of really almost felt like nothing was there. I mean, you don't change from pregnancy until about day 4 to 6, and you're out of here already. So, you know, you're right. That's a good point. To start off the bat, no, because this baby might be able to suck on the wall and get a nipple. So, you know, really, you have to kind of see.
We've seen it.
Yes. So I think the big thing to do is just wait and see how it goes. But you're right, there are some people that are going to be prone to cracking and, you know, all the other bad side effects.
She does look kind of blonde and fair-skinned.
I know, exactly, and that does not
There is the blonde, redhead, fair-skinned nipple rule.
There
I don't
is.
know if you all know.
It's true.
If you want to breastfeed, it's fabulous to be a dark-haired Italian, is all we're saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
True.
And I'm trying to refuse to give up with him, so I'm trying to...
And you will definitely not need to give up as long as your perseverance is there. Okay, I really think the biggest key to success to breastfeeding is determination. I don't care how many classes you take, I don't care who you knew, I don't care who you saw, I don't care whatever. If your best friend did it. If you're determined to make it work, you can absolutely make it work.
How long should she...
Muddle through the pain?
Yes.
Okay. I would say you have to give yourself at least a good 2 weeks before you can expect to heal. Do you think you made it beyond that last time?
Feeding also? Like
Breastfeeding?
Breastfeeding.
How
The
long did you
other
breastfeed
children.
The other children.
The other two, once you give it.
Once I started cracking.
Yeah.
It had been a few days at least.
Right. The truth is, like I said, some people are going to, their tissue makeup is just going to break down. It's just going to happen. I don't care. You're putting a lot of attention on an area that's been shoved in a bra for, I'm going to call you 20. And, you know, now you're in trouble. You know? So really, they've never even seen sunlight.
Or a wet mouth for 12 hours.
Right, for 12 hours straight.
Yeah.
With
a little jaws situation.
And with a little learning curve going on. So yeah.
It hurts sometimes.
It hurts.
Yeah.
And that's why I gave you the blood byproducts kind of stance before, because that is definitely something that could happen and often happens and is okay and will heal and will get better. It's kind of like the tissue in the inside of your mouth, how that will go ahead and heal up very quickly. It's kind of a lot more resilient than if you kind of kept ripping open a scab on your arm. It would just get bigger, bigger, worse, worse. Not the same thing with a nipple.
And you still shouldn't pump?
Some women, if it's really, really, oh, good question. Pumping with engorgement, you can pump for a few minutes or use like what we would call nowadays, they have a latch assist. It's almost like truly looks like a bicycle horn in mini version that you put on and you just kind of go ahead and pull your nipple out. And the pump will do the same thing. I mean, you know, you can get your nipple out. Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Do you like a nipple holiday?
What's a nipple?
A nipple holiday.
Oh, when you're talking about pumping for break?
No, when you only go on one side and then you skip a whole feeding on the other side, so you get a 4-hour break.
Right, and that's how my kids fed in general.
I'm enjoying Canada TV lately, and Canada is saying they had a nipple holiday. Yes, because she was really sore and really was not able to make it, and you could see she was very fair. And that's what the lactation consultant said, which she just needs a nipple holiday. And I thought, I wonder where you go. And she didn't go anywhere. She just latched onto the other side, giving this side a 4-hour break.
Right. So often
I like
we do
that.
And my kids fed like that in general. I mean,
Caroline fed like that too.
Yeah.
She was one-sided.
Oh, put my hand on my chest. I'm very private, and I am all for public breastfeeding, and that is your legal right, and you can breastfeed wherever you want. But the big thing, for me, I personally am very private, so I preferred that my kids latched on one side per feeding and then the other side the other, so that when I was out in public, I didn't have to fumble. This I fumble, that side fumble, you know, and get it done. I'm not very good at being private. My cousin could stick herself on the couch in the corner in a whole room full of people, and somebody eventually would be like, have you been nursing this whole time? Like, nobody knew. For me, I was like, I'm nursing, I'm doing it. So, you know, it was much easier for me to then go ahead and just nurse on one side per feeding, and my kids adjusted. So it worked out well for me. Some kids want the flow, man. They're going to not put up with being on one side for more than 10 minutes, and they want to kind of switch it up.
I just couldn't remember.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I know, Live Strong bracelets or whatever, they're the best. Switch them up and you'll know what
Or
side you
hairbands.
fed on. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.